Hey, hi, hello. Good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. How is everyone this fine Woo Woo Wednesday, the very last day of the year, 2025? Check on in. Let us know that you're here. I promise I feel a lot better. My voice is just, I've had this cough that just will not go away since that atmospheric river that came around. So I've only seen you guys a handful of times since then because, yeah, my voice or the health of someone in the house is just not great. So, yeah, but we're back. We're back, baby. Last day of the year. We're back. Let us know that you're here. Say hi. Brianna's here. Hello, my dear. Oh, much better. No, now you can hear my voice again. uh, yeah, it's this weird thing. Um, I don't know. We all got really sick with different things, which I had told you guys about, and then I was sick. I'm pretty sure I was live at least once since I got really sick, but it's weird because like every 2 days, probably like for 2 days, I'll have a really bad sore throat, and then the third day, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going away. Like now I'm on the mend. And then the very next day, yet again, the sore throat's back. Um, the coughing, I don't know that I've done so much coughing. I mean, the cough is way better now. It's more like a just almost constant need to clear my throat because it feels like I don't even know what. It just feels like yeah, fun times. Um, but weirdly enough, so this is a thing that a lot of people don't maybe know. But this is just from my own intuition, something that I just knew intuitively. Why, as a kid, I would always get sick. It was usually like early January, but I've noticed as an adult it's creeped into now like December time. Um, that I just almost go through this cold, whatever we want to call it. But that's my body and our bodies just naturally purging, detoxing, offloading. And what a perfect time. Mother Nature's very intelligent to do it over the hibernation or winter months where things are supposed to be slower and not so crazy. But, with the commercialized holidays and everything, we're just so busy. So many of us this time of year that it's like we don't have time to get sick. We don't have time to slow down. We don't have time. But then our body's going to do it for us anyway. So it's kind of just like, okay, there we are. Yeah, happy New Year's Eve or New Year of what they tell us, right? To me, I really start going gung ho again, like around like April 1st, kind of early April. And I always thought maybe it's New Year, New Me because my birthday's in April. I always wondered that. But it's usually toward like the end of March, early April that I like start coming alive. I start feeling like making plans and taking action on things. This is not the time for me. Unless it's something cozy or creative. I can totally get creative this time of year. Especially in January. I like that's the sun is transiting my third house of writing during January. Some of my best writing months are January. Um, November through January is usually my best, and it was November because there was NaNoWriMo, which no longer exists because grooming and AI and other allegations, all sorts of craziness happened with that organization, so it no longer exists. But like my writing group, we're going to be doing a JanoRimo in January, so that'll be fun. Get back on that writing horse. Solar Sirens here. Hello, Jessa. Banana Anna S, right? Yeah, I know. I'm like, is it really the new year? I mean, the energy is definitely there in a way because it's almost like this egregore has been created to, make this time of year, like if you did want a clean slate, deep clean, declutter, create goals. I mean, really, there's no bad time or best time for that. I mean, if you're personally like ready to go on it because your astrology is going to be different than everybody else's, right? But it's kind of just whenever you're feeling like, I think I'm ready to make changes. I think I'm ready to, shift some things or, try something new. I mean, go for it. We don't have to wait for this fake calendar to turn over. And it's okay. So it's fake and it's not fake because we've all gone along with it so long that it's very real to us. But also it's just a construct. It's not real. What is real are the seasons and the things associated with the different seasons. That's very real. But who puts a new year in the middle of the hibernation? You would do it after the hibernation when everything's coming alive again. I mean, it's just common sense, right? Marlene's here. Hello, Marlene. Well, I missed you guys, so I'm already rambling. We're already 5 minutes in. How did that happen? I felt like I just got on here. But anyway, I thought it would be fun. I mean, we're due yet again for another donation-only live stream, but that's all we've been doing because I've only been able to go live like every 2 weeks because of feeling sick and all sorts of craziness. But I thought, it's the last day of the year, and yeah, new you, new me, new year, new me, new you, new something with the new year. So I figured we'd at least, for our little collective and those watching on the replay, kind of put our finger on the pulse of what 2026 is going to bring for us. The good, the bad, the whatever in between. We just kind of want to get an idea because I like being forewarned, because forewarned is forearmed. And if we uncover something crazy going on in the collective and we just want to opt out and just not participate, we do have a smidgen of free will. Maybe not as much as we think we do, but we do have a smidgen of it. So we might as well use that smidgen of free will to course correct if something comes up that we don't want to experience. And I'll try to keep the energy light, because I mean, past few years, really every year since COVID has been a dumpster fire in one iteration or another, right? I mean, people are crazy out there. Lots of, current events going on that are out there. Just things that we never could have expected are going on. But we're going to try to just tune into the more positive sides of what we can expect, our little collective here and those watching the replay, what we can expect in 2026. So let's get started. Oh, put that one in there too. It was just sitting. Oh, and then I dropped. Okay, so slippery energy. Let's just see. There's quite a few of them here. I'm hearing too many, so let's just put those back and pretend that never happened. I did see the Mystic card, though. So it does feel like 2026 being this universal year number 1, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 equals 10 equals 1. So we're in this universal year 1 energy. And that doesn't mean the second the calendar turns tonight that clean slate, everything's, brand new. No, we're still in, as of right now, a universal year number 9. And I always feel around October, kind of the energy or the essence of that next vibration of the next year coming in. And so I would say October, November, December, January, February, March, and usually till about March, we might kind of be stumbling along in this new energy a little bit, kind of wrapping up that 9 year that we just came out of. At least that's how I usually experience it. And again, it might just be because around March, around April, we are having that clean slate that nature is providing us with the springtime coming yet again if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. So let's just tune in. One card, please, Spirit. Just kind of give us some ideas of the theme of, just some opportunities, just some excitement coming in for us, our little collective, in 2026. Ooh, we have the Alchemist card. I love this. And this is about empowerment, pain, and sorceress. But the pain is kind of like that labor pain or that birthing to create this next version of you that really is already existing. It's just that we have to slough off, or kind of, instead of heal it, we peel away what's not us or who is not us, or that version of ourselves that's actually not even us. And it says here, oh, I don't break that easy, not anymore. Instead, I use things as fuel. And that's this really just reminded me of just that alchemy in John Creeder's book about taking the energy that's directed at you or that's around you and alchemizing it in kind of the cauldron in your kind of sacral solar plexus, somewhere in that region, to create, to transmute that energy, because energy is energy. It can't be created or destroyed, but it can be manipulated or, again, alchemized, transformed, transmuted into something usable. So if you have some frenemies or enemies or, coworkers at work that you're just like, I'm feeling like the evil eye coming in from them, bring it on. Like, just let it come to you, and then you can utilize that, alchemize it into some usable, valuable energy, because energy is energy. If it's being directed at you, you might as well transmute it and use it into something, or use it for something that can benefit you. But this is about empowering yourself, or finding ways where this next year, for many of us, we're going to discover new facets of ourselves that have always been there. And you may recognize this version of yourself as someone that you were usually around or before the age of 7, where you're just, you're almost what's the word? You're just so courageous. You're just so brave. You don't have all these social constructs in place to where you're like, oh, I probably shouldn't say that to that lady over there. Or, you're just brave. You just say what's on your mind, you say what's on your heart. That version of so many of us is coming back, but we have the knowledge, the wisdom to know when we should or shouldn't say something or do something about whatever this is. But it is a very naive, but not in a bad way, version of ourselves that's coming up because we now have that knowledge, that wisdom of who we've now become to balance out that naivety. But it is a very pure and essence, like an essential part of who we've been and who we are, who we've always been, that is coming back up from the depths. And we have a lot of kind of void energy here with the black, with the stars. I really love this. Oh, she's flipping. She's flipping off. I just realized that. Yeah, if you're a kid in the room, sorry. Genevieve's here. Hi, Genevieve. And if you see Genevieve and Solar Siren, their profile pictures look very similar because they're mother and daughter, and they are like twins pretty much. Okay, let's get into, we do have a few donations rolling in, which I will update momentarily, very soon. We might as well go to the Gold Foil Tarot, always a fan favorite over here. Let's do a couple riffle shuffles to really get the energy connected to 2026. All right, what do we need to know? Those of us watching now and on the replay for our 2026. Oh, and I just heard in my mind's eye, mind's ear, mind's whatever. Oops, I don't want to edit this. Cancel. Okay. Check the number. And so we have the number 39, which adds up to 12, which adds up to 3. So there's creative energy here, potentially collaboration energy. So there may be some sort of group or community, something that you're involved in that may be a bigger group, but you're also part of a smaller group of, say, a bigger subset of that group. So this is also going to be a very creative year for many of you. So if you don't know what your personal year is going to be this year, you can add up your birthday. So for me, it's 4 for April, 28 for the 28th. So 4 plus 2 plus 8 plus the year 2026, or we already know that adds up to a 1. So we could put a 1, which means add that up, 4 plus 2 plus 8 plus 1. I'm in a universal year, sorry, not a universal, personal year 6 for me this year. And, you can even go on like a personal year calculator for 2026 and find out what personal year you're in. And of course, that personal year is also going to have the reverberation and energy and impact of that universal year number 1 that everybody is experiencing. So let's just see anything else we need to know. Advice, wisdom, guidance, a way forward, good things we have to look forward to. Ooh, someone's getting married this year, maybe potentially moving. This is buying a house. Ooh, that would be fun. There is a very significant contract that will be signed either verbally, etherically, physically. And this is a contract with your spirit, I'm hearing, but this is something that your spirit is bringing forward. So if this is a physical contract, a marriage contract, a house, for a new job, whatever the case may be, this is your spirit bringing this forward because it's time. I'm hearing it is time. So let's see. What do we need to hear right now? Advice, wisdom, guidance, especially surrounding this new stability that's coming in. The universal year number 1 is about new energies, opportunities, starting something new, taking action on something that may have been an idea and now you're ready to solidify it into action. But with this 4 of Wands coming out, this is about creating a solid foundation from which to build this year. It doesn't maybe potentially mean that everything you've ever wanted is going to happen this year, but you're setting or creating, building a solid foundation for whatever is to come in this next 9-year cycle. All right, what else do we need to know right now? Okay, 5 of Cups. So I'm not seeing this as a bad thing. Actually, this is, again, with that re-examination of empowerment, and maybe even because to feel empowered, you have to usually come up from something below empowerment, which is usually feeling like a victim or having trauma or what have you. So this is seeing things in a new way or choosing, okay, yes, I was traumatized, I was victimized, I was whatever. But now what am I going to do about it? How am I going to use that fuel? Again, that fuel that was directed. I don't break that easy, not anymore. Instead, I use things as fuel. Taking all that past whatever and alchemizing it into something that's going to be usable for you, which is positive. For the most part, we all want something usable to be positive. If it is negative, there's a positive reason behind potential loss of something or something moving out of your life potentially. We also had the Three of Pentacles fall off the top of the deck here. Again, there's that collaborative energy that we got from the 39 or the 12 or the 3 of this number up here. So there's definitely going to be some collaborations. So for someone watching, this could be marrying or having a child or a grandchild come into your life, or even new friends, new groups. This is giving like book club energy, or I did see there's something in my area that I want to check out, that's like a plant swap. So like every month they'll meet somewhere in, in the community, and then they'll bring all their cuttings or whatever, and then they'll like swap, like, ooh, I love what you have. Do you want to trade me this for 2 of those? Or, whatever the case may be. So there may be something, either you're joining it or you're creating it. Maybe you're even creating it yourself. This could also look like joining some sort of program or mentorship, or you are the one being the mentor to someone else. But there's a lot of learning, a lot of learning. Not like learning from my mistakes. You've kind of been there, done that. This is learning just about the new thing that you're really going to be focusing on. For some of you, that is career. For some of you, that's hobby. For some of you, that's just really strengthening some bonds and connections. But there's a lot of creativity that's coming in with this. So even if the creativity for you this year is just styling your house, or switching up your wardrobe, or, you know, I don't know. There's like Notion templates for your Notion is like I don't have it, but I've heard of it. I'm very much a pen and paper planner person, but it's like an online digital calendar or agenda, and you can have all these different templates and design it to really streamline it and fit it to your schedule or the way that you need your goals to be presented to you. So there could be something that you're decorating that potentially. Let's go to the answer simple. Is it simple? Yes, but it may be simple, but it's usually not easy. But let's just see anything else we need to know. Advice, wisdom, guidance for 2026. Let go and flow. And we have the 27 about that 9, that number 9. 2 plus 7 is 9. So this is about letting go again, or potentially alchemizing, using that past energy, past trauma, past whatever, to allow you to get back in that flow. Because look at the flow coming right in. She's got a full cup, so much so that she's just vibing in it. And she's got a book there. She's learning something. I mean, she has no F's left to give. No left's F to give. That's what I was gonna say. No F's left to give. And you see a little, is that a bee? Those are bees. I think those are bees all around her there, holding her hair up, and then one off to the side there. I want to see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so very spiritual vibes coming in with how you are alchemizing things. But yeah, the rainbow coming out, usually that comes out after a hard year, which a lot of us just had, whether we lost someone or we've been looking for a job, or, the spending, the economy, whatever the case may be. There's been, some ups and some downs for many of us this 2025. And it does look like for most of you watching, if not all of you, feels like 2026 is going to be a lot less cray-cray as far as the what ifs or the unknowns of things, because your spirit is stepping in to create a lot of stability for you this year, to where you're not having to worry about that next paycheck, or does that person even like me anymore, or whatever it is that's been worrying you. Those worries seem to be kind of a thing of the past in 2026. All right, let's go to the tea leaves. Those are always a good time. Just tell us anything we need to know about this upcoming year for our little collective for 2026. There's a lot of these cards, so it's hard to shuffle. But we have the feather. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. So for someone watching, 3 people watching, 2 of you are actually watching the replay. Only one of you is watching right now. This is somebody that has been in your life, and it doesn't mean you're cutting them out specifically, but you're just not involving them like in like your plans or your ideas. You're not sharing your ideas with them until maybe you're well on your way to having that goal be attained or something, because this person is very much a naysayer, or they flake out on you a lot, and you're just kind of putting up some boundaries where where your time and effort is concerned with this person, and it's actually going to force them, not in a bad way, but they're going to have to start doing some of their own introspection and becoming a little more self-aware to realize that their actions have consequences. And when they cancel on someone last minute and it's not like an emergency, or I'm ill so I'm sorry I can't meet, or whatever, um, this could really represent just you setting a very firm boundary. And you don't even have to over explain. No is a complete sentence, but the person's going to get the memo, is really what's coming through. Okay, anything else? Sorry, my husband just texted. So tonight is my father-in-law's birthday. Well, all day is his birthday, but we're celebrating tonight. So I'm gonna solidify some plans here real quick, for what time. My brother-in-law's fiance may be picking me up, so I don't have to drive out there since my husband's already out there building a deck. We'd have 2 cars out there, so I might be able to get a ride out there. So look, very cool. We were reading about someone who's unreliable, and then now I'm getting word of someone who's very reliable. So it's just maybe surprising for some of you, because I mean, always these messages have a message. We also have the wheel card, indecisiveness, allowing life to ramble aimlessly. And this is the energy so many of us, myself included, have kind of been in 2025. Although so many of you that are watching have really pinpointed, laser focused, and have a plan specifically. Brianna and Banana Anna S, I'm seeing both of you like locked in for this next year, even if you don't know exactly how it's going to play out. Your usernames are like popping out like, "Ooh, she's got it figured out," or she will very soon have it figured out. This is about taking charge. And again, kind of going back to the planner or the agenda, just having goals. Even if you're like, I don't know how that's going to happen, but that's something I really want to have happen. And sometimes you can reverse engineer it back to like break it up into steps, because that's something, people can have goals, but you need to break those goals down into actionable steps. And especially if you have to wait for other people, sometimes that can like put a wrench in your gears, or put a stick in your wheel and kind of slow your momentum. But this card coming out, actually, I'm seeing so many of you are actually wrapping this up, and you are going to be becoming laser focused this year of 2026, to where you're going to really, I'm seeing now the Chariot card in my mind's eye, which is one of my birth cards. I love that card, about forward momentum and just making a very clear and decisive decision, not wishy-washy, not, oh, maybe. You're very clear and very determined and very laser focused. Again, Brianna, I'm already feeling you've got a head start on this energy. Banana on S within these next 2 months. Woo. Kind of, at least what I'm feeling, sensing. The rest of us are going to kind of bumble along until we do figure it out. But by about April, mid-April for most of us, the rest of us watching, we're going to have some momentum built to where we're like, okay, let's do this thing. The things are finally doing what I need them to do to move forward. And you're having this, what I'm seeing is just this like unbothered stretch of very straight road. There's no obstacles. There's no stoplights. It's just very stretching out into the distance, which is a good thing, because you're able to just get up and go. And so many of us, it's been almost like, at least for me personally, and a lot of energetically what I'm feeling in for our little collective here, it's felt like start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop since COVID for so many of us. And it's like, okay, I finally found my thing. I'm finally, for me personally, I'm finally writing again. I'm finally, I wrote 10,000 words this week, and I'm making huge strides in book 2. And then I'll go 4 months not even opening my manuscript. And it's like, no, 2026 for me, for you, for many of us. Again, we may be feeling our way into it, kind of putting our toe in the water to test the waters first. But we're going to gain that momentum and actually make some really great strides on some sort of goal or project, or, just something we want to accomplish this year, which it feels like such a burden lifted. This last 9-year cycle was pretty heavy. with just timeline shift after timeline shift after timeline shift. Not to say the timeline shifts are slowing down anytime soon. They're not. It's just that we're able, it's like our heads above water enough. And for some of us, you're already like up on that like surfboard and you're just riding that wave. And that's where we want to be when these timeline shifts happen, because it's going to be a lot less whiplash to try to like pick up where you left off on that last timeline or quantum leap to something that's really amazing. All right, let's get some closing statements of guidance, wisdom. Okay, both of these want to come out. Ooh, the eye of the needle, intentionality. What was I just saying? Being very focused, knowing exactly what it is we're going for. And we have the 17 here, which is the star card. So this is about healing. This is about recognition, or just you recognizing your own gifts. It doesn't even have to be anyone outside of you, but you just recognizing, what is it that's meant for me? What is it I want? What is it I deserve? And settling for nothing less than that. And then you add that 17 up, that's an 8. That's about finally taking action, financial abundance potentially coming in because you guys have laser focused on something, so many of you, that is going to be financially lucrative for you in this 2026 year. And then we have mindful with group think. Okay, so this is something I was going to talk about when we were talking about timelines a little bit. And when you kind of step out of the mainstream narrative, or quote unquote the matrix, just as it is going day by day, you decide that, okay, just because everyone else is doing this thing doesn't mean I need to. And the thing for me personally that I do, just to give you guys an example, is we're a debt-free house. Our house is paid off, our cars we pay cash, like we're just don't have any credit cards. And yeah, that might be a bad thing if you're wanting to build specific types of credit or whatever, but it's like, for me, just growing up the way I did, I knew that I didn't want to be in massive amounts of debt. Like I just knew, like I will live as frugal as the frugalist of frugalists because I can do that. I'm used to that. That's how I grew up. But without the debt, like that would be great. So many of you are actually stepping out of things that are just filling your mind with useless knowledge, or not even knowledge, just stuff, you know. And then we have that 4 again. That 4 is following us this year for 2026, which is great because so many of us are looking for some stability, especially with the shifting of these timelines. We got a stopwatch out here, or a pocket watch, whatever that is. We've got an umbrella, got a keyhole. We've got almost reminds me of the guy on Neverending Story. I always forget I've never, okay, I think I saw the movie once as a kid, but I don't, the animal creature thing that the kid rides in Neverending Story. That's what this reminds me of right here. I don't know what his name is or what. And I think that's a peony. Got the key to the keyhole. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. There's even a slice of cake. I just heard have your cake and eat it too. There's a lot going on. And then this almost reminds me of, well, I think it's a carousel back here. But from here, it almost looked like something from Rome, the times of Rome. And we have this stone wall right almost over the third eye here. Look at this. But the key is right there to unlock that third eye, or something that's been blocking the third eye. Ooh, big download coming in. Yes. I love this. And this is almost like a keyhole as well. And there's an eye, the eye of the needle, and then we have an eye. It's almost like we like swim or fly right through this keyhole into the eye of the needle of our third eye, our own spirit focus. And that's why we're able to connect with our spirit this year more than ever, more than we have in this incarnation to date. Just really unlocking some things for ourselves to just experience such a better way of life. Even if we're living in this dumpster fire of this false matrix that's collapsing, we're making the most of it. It's, again, we're surfing those waves, or will be once we kind of pull our heads out, or our heads above water even more, the rest of us that aren't so lucky that are already kind of on that wave. But we're going to be able to start really riding above these massive timeline shifts to where we're already kind of light years ahead of that, or leap years, leapfrogs, leap years. I've heard just like leapfrog, leap year. So it's almost like 2026. Is 2026 a leap year? I don't even know. It'd be interesting to know. Next leap year. 2028. Okay. So for so many I just heard you're so 2008, you're so 2000 and late. Is that from like Black Eyed Peas, I think? So it's almost like you're leap yearing to the next leap year as far as timelines go. So it's almost like energetically and frequency speaking, um, by the end of 2026, most of us are going to be living in like, and not like that dystopian AI 2028 that is coming for us if we don't step out of this false matrix. Um, but this is going to be almost feeling like you're 2 years ahead of the curve of everyone else. It's almost like you're energetically leaving a lot of people in the dust. But at the same time, because you're on this higher frequency, you're attracting like-minded or like frequency people to you to where you're not going to feel as alone as maybe you had in years past where you had these, big epiphanies or awakenings or dark nights of the souls or whatever, when you did have these kind of quantum leaps where you almost felt alone. You're going to have plenty of company. Even if they're new people to you this year, you're going to have some company. It's not going to be the lonely road that it once was. Very cool. I love that. I love that message. So again, the collective, let's just pull a card or two on the false matrix collective dumpster fire and what that is going to look like, just so we know. We don't have to play in that dumpster fire, but just so we're aware, so that when we start seeing these things in our news feed or whatever, we can just be like, yeah, saw that coming. Okay. Ooh. It's not good. Because so much that is false is falling apart. So those false systems, false matrices, false governments, false religions, false politics, a lot of false stuff is unaliving. And it's not going to see 2026 out, but that's a good thing. We don't want the false to keep surviving, because when we start to pull our energy and our effort out of this wheel of karma, basically, and just use that energy to create a better future for ourselves, our communities, our families, our world, on an individual level, we start to unplug our own energy from the matrix by hyper focusing again with that intentionality card, the alchemist card that we got. Ooh, again, this is the energy of the false matrix. Like, what's more false than the devil itself, as far as putting on, tempting you into something that's not even real. So there is going to be a massive falling of that which is false, that which is, tempting us into literally giving our creative life force energy away to something that's not actually serving us, but our life force energy is serving the matrix itself. We're pulling away from that, our little collective here. We're just choosing not to participate. That might even look like for some of you, a big just internet detox, or you're stepping your life back into the real world and kind of bypassing, not to say you can't use the internet, because it's kind of part of what we can do to spread the word of goodness around the world, but we're using it again more intentionally. All right, anything else about this false matrix? Okay, I actually love to see this because people are waking up to the fact that there can be a better way. We have two major arcanas, and then we have this. So even if somehow we get tangled up in this false matrix, we're going to be okay because our spirit has our back. So no matter how far away from our light, or we see other people far away from their light, there are a lot more people going to be waking up this year. So even people you thought maybe that's an NPC because I can't feel any sense of spirit online in that person, that is going to surprise you. This is surprising me because it's rough out there right now. I actually really love this. I love this so much. So much. Closing statement. Anything else we need to know about this, the false matrix, and what's going on this year? Collapsing. Things going on. Okay. So the principalities, or whatever we want to call them, that are trying to keep this grid locked and loaded, there may be new things they're instituting. I just heard 8G. I don't think we need to jump that far out. But there's something they're doing frequency-wise, energy-wise, food, medicine, air, water, clothing that we wear, that's gonna try to turn the dial even more on that boiled frog effect. But they've turned it too, they've turned the screws too much to where we're really feeling the heat, literally and figuratively, to where this right here is one of the huge catalysts for waking so many people up. They're like, oh, crap. Like, this is real. This is on. Like, this I don't want to be in this anymore. And then people are literally opting out. Maybe not on a conscious level, but subconsciously they're opting out. They're pulling their energy back from the false and reinstituting it or reinvesting it back into their spirit. Because usually that's when most people wake up, is when there's this like desperate energy. And 2026 in the collective is going to look really desperate. Financial stuff, seeing the true colors of people that we maybe as a collective once looked up to. This could be politicians. Who looks up to politicians? People do, not me. Politicians, religious figures, celebrities always. These kind of, the mighty have fallen is what I'm hearing. So the 2026 is the year of people bringing their energy back and just dispersing it in a smaller community. Again, it doesn't mean you can't have online communities, but they're more intimate, more small, more close-knit communities, that if you are involved in any kind of online community, it's going to be a more small, close-knit kind of vibe. All right. But yeah, this also is the year of just getting back to the real world, so to speak. Getting connected with people in your community or your family, your friend groups, just really connecting in person is a priority for a lot of us in our little collective here. Okay. Well, we have some donations to catch up on our donation list, but I'm going to catch up on comments first. Just see where we're at. Don't have too many, so it shouldn't take too long. Yes, Brianna says, this is my year. I am claiming it. Jessa says, oh, I'm moving. LOL. Wouldn't that be awesome? No, it's gonna be awesome. I don't know when or how, but it's happening. Absolutely. That's the spirit. I make my major moves on 1 years. Yes, because you have a personal year and a universal year 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 at the same time, because yes, your life path 9. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Sidebar. Anyone who wants wardrobe tips, tricks from a spiritual girly, the Peyton Project is bomb. Not sure if Recs are allowed. Yeah, anytime. Anytime. I love that. And I think she's here on YouTube and TikTok. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, we have more comments. Sweet. Is that a thing of butter that Genevieve put up? That's hilarious. Happy New Year, Canary. Welcome. Good to see you. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. I do like to be aware for my own protection. Yeah, same girl, same. Yeah, and all the people who suffer from cognitive dissonance are mentally deteriorating. A lot of deformities will be apparent and disheartening for some. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the deformities don't always just have to be physical, because there's a lot of mental ones out there right now with just how warped this false matrix is. Doing well. It's all going well. Crazy Tempest, how are you? I hope you're doing well. It's been a while since I've seen you. Yes, you're so welcome, Anna. Absolutely. So if you guys are just joining us, we just did a free collective reading for our little collective, and then just kind of dipped our toe in the dumpster fire of like what the greater of humanity is going to be experiencing in 2026. All good things. I mean, it might not all feel good while we're all going through it, but it's needed. It's necessary. It's inevitable. I mean, this matrix is collapsing and can't be a moment too soon. But if it were a moment too soon, the cognitive dissonance, even for us spiritual people, would maybe just be too much, to where we would probably just pass away from like sheer exhaustion or overstimulation or something. Yeah. Oh, she has a TV show. Oh, that's so cool. I did not know that. That's fun. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's update our little donation list here. So Katie was the first donation. I don't know if she's here. She's at work. Okay. So we'll timestamp for her. Then we have Brianna full read. Oops, didn't want to do that. Okay. Let me just start our list. So donation list. Full read, and then solar. One card. It's never one card, but you guys know. You guys know what it means. I thought I saw Marlene there. Let's see. Yes, Marlene. And then we have Canary. Okay, for each of one card on those two. Again, never one card. So, hey, one card. And Canary, one card. Okay. There we go. So we have our donation list ready to go. Yeah, forgot to put it was Canary. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Okay, so we're going to go to the Wake Me Up Tarot to get us started for Brianna. And let's go to her question. And I will set my timer just to try to, again, remain on track as much as I can, but I can't stop, won't stop, apparently. Oh, not calculator. Anyone else do that? I accidentally will click the calculator when I need the timer, or the timer when I need the calculator. They're both deal with numbers, so maybe that's why. All right, so we'll put some time on the clock here. Let's read the question first, though. Be ready to go. Oh, and I want to actually add Katie, so I don't forget her, because I've done that before, and then I felt really bad. Let me fix my list real quick. And last but not least, never least, Katie R. Okay. Boom. And I'll just copy my list and have it ready to go here. So Solar Siren, you're on deck. And let's read Brianna's question. Okay. Hi, Amanda. This year is transitioning so beautifully for me. And now I'm wanting to really blast off in my business. Can you give me a reading about my virtual studio and what great advice from my spirit team? Oh, what great advice my spirit team wants me to hear. I love it. All right. So let's start our timer and get going on Brianna's question. Yes, I was already tuning in. You're so ready to just like launch pad. I just heard launch pad, blast off. Yes. So let's go for Brianna. What does Brianna need to know about her virtual studio? Ooh, look at that. There's definitely a lot of spiritual support you have, because this is going to create a lot of balance, not only in your life, but for the lives of those that you are working with. Advice, wisdom, guidance from Brianna's spirit team. Anything she needs to know about her business, her virtual studio, all of this. Okay. So this is not about you walking away from what it is that you're doing, but there's a way you're specifically doing something. And I'm seeing by about April. By April, there's something you're just switching up in the way that you're doing your business, or the way maybe you're advertising or marketing, or it's something behind the scenes. It's not like on what's the word? Like on the surface, or on like the way that the end user, I guess we could say, would probably not even know you'd made this shift. This is a very internal administrative type of shift. Something that you were trying to make work or utilize, you're just realizing, not quite. And you're finding something better. Let's get a clarifier on this something better. This administrative component for Brianna's business. Yes, walking away from the wine glasses and bartending. That is so true. You've got to take all the symbolism you see. I love it. But look at the light that's reflecting on the water is coming from the person, which would in this case be you walking away because your light is too bright. Okay. So the Seven of Cups, this is at the baseline of this card is a message of hope, because there's so many avenues, timelines, opportunities that this could be. And so much so that I'm actually even going to pull a clarifier on this, because what this is telling me is something you're doing with this admin business. It may feel overwhelming because there's so many options. So let's see if we can narrow down some of those options for Brianna. Okay, so it's almost like a return or a simplification because this is like the childhood card. There may even be a emphasis on not something you did as a child, but a feeling you wanted to feel when you were older as a child. Yeah, that's literally your mind on the 7 of Cups. There you are. I mean, you could take this so many different ways, administratively speaking, or with the kind of more admin side of your business. There's so many ways you could do this. It may even be that you're hiring somebody. Could be someone that's very close and near and dear to you that's kind of just helping behind the scenes because you're going to have so much going on that you're going to maybe need some assistance or help. And that would financially help someone in your life as well. Um, if this person isn't someone you know in this life, then this is definitely a past life connection, potential someone that you're hiring on to help with the business because things are becoming maybe bigger than you can handle all on your own, which is a good problem to have. A really great problem to have when you're an entrepreneur. Let's go back and make sure we're covering all the avenues of your reading. Yes, blast off, launchpad. That's where that came from. Blast off in your business. Give your reading. So, virtual studio advice from Spirit Team. Let's just tune in more on some advice. Yes, ancestors. There it is. Well, look, there's a lot of communication coming in from ancestors and those who've passed. They've gone beyond this world. But I like how these two cards very much go together. I don't know, they just seem like they go together for some reason. But we have the 21, which adds up to a 3, which is about creative solutions. Um, like, I just heard it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine because you're literally, oh, that's why I love that these two go together. It's like she's almost stepping into the Fool. I know this is the World card. The Fool comes either before or after, however you want to look at it, or just kind of out of time. The Fool is out of time. Um, out of time. Not like, oh, I'm running out of time, but like I am operating out of time. That's how this is feeling here. But then she's taking that leap of faith and then jumping and just spreading her wings and flying. Like she doesn't even need to try to find her wings on the way down. Like they're already, it's almost like this like spirit animal of this. I want to say it's a bald eagle. It's kind of giving, it's got a bald looking head there. Or it's not bald, it's white with brown feathers. But yeah, it's very much, and her arms are already out. And this is not a conducive for running. Let's just say she had just finished a marathon. This is not a conducive running pose because it's going to slow you down. But she's crossing that finish line. It's not that she's been doing this while running. No, she's ready to start taking flight. She's literally about to blast off. That's why that came through. I love that. That's so me. Yes, full free consciousness. I love that. All right, closing statements. Anything else Spirit needs Brianna to know? And we kept pretty on track today. Look at us go. Actually, no, we're gonna go to this deck. Closing statements from Spirit. Yes, 21. Aw. Oh, and weirdly enough, that's drinking age in most states, right? I don't know. Weird fun fact. The red rose. Ooh, and look at you. In this card, walking away, you have a red hoodie. And it almost reminds me of on E.T. when he's wearing the red hoodie and then they're flying, on the bike, like with the moon in the background. Oh, I have chills. I don't know if the movie E.T. means anything special to you or if that's something that maybe there's some homework if you wanted to watch that and get some, ooh, wow, the chills. So I don't know if there's any special message or just affinity toward E.T. Never seen it. Oh my gosh, maybe there's some spiritual. I've seen it maybe once, maybe twice as an adult. I don't think I've seen it since I've had this biggest awakening. But looking back, there are a lot of, I mean, obviously they're dealing with an extraterrestrial. And yeah, I won't spoil it for you. I mean, it's came out in 82, the year I was born, I think. But as a kid, I loved that movie. I only saw it a handful of times, but it just really stuck with me, Yes, you can watch it. I'm pretty sure I saw it streaming somewhere. Maybe it's even free on YouTube movies. I went to try to find some movies from my childhood because Wrigley's like, I want to see some movies from your childhood. So we went looking for some movies. But it's very spiritual. And just the like connection that Elliot, the main boy, and E.T. have to each other is like telepathic. It's like very telepathic. It's very cool. Overcoming obstacles, finding joy, and carefree. Don't worry, my darling, you'll find your way. I love that. And then the number 18, which adds up to a 9. So closing out those cycles where you felt like there were obstacles in your way. You just have this, again, clear path just winding its way in front of you here and here. All that behind you, but what's in front of you is just literally out of this world. Taking a step, massive step forward. And yeah, just trusting that you already know what to do and how to do it. Even if you know, there's that little bump in the road maybe with just administratively how you're handling your business behind the scenes, that once you iron that out, you're just going to feel so good. So good. Yeah, but it makes sense. I saw an alien holding a baby in my egg cleanse today. Oh my gosh. The signs, they just keep signing, don't they? That's fun. Oh my gosh. And some people have like a negative connotation when they think of aliens. Other people have a positive connotation. I mean, there's probably good and bad ETs out there, whatever. But yeah, take it as it resonates. The reading was so powerful and on point. Aw, you're so welcome. We had to finish the year with a bang, right? Going out with a bang so you can just take that big leap of faith into the new year. I love it. Okay. Up next, we have Solar Siren. The one card that's never one card, but let's go over to her question if she posted a question. Okay. All right, go ahead and post your question. It just says one card pull in the description there. For Jessa, probably wants to know WTF is going on with this job thing. Because, like, I want to know too. I mean, it's been like, it almost feels energetically, if I just look back on all the readings and just feeling how close this job is for you, Jessa, it really does just feel like magnets. Like it's like, it's right there, but like the magnets are repelling rather than, you know. So let's just see what's going on. What does Capricorn season have in store for me? For Jessa, Solar Siren. All right, Capricorn season is on. Okay, so this is about a leg up on the competition is what I'm hearing. So there may be behind the scenes a lot of competition for time, energy, effort, love, attention, affection, even stuff with the job stuff. There's a lot of competition out there. But I just heard a leg up above the competition or a leg above the competition. Ooh, so there's something that is falling away from your energy field. We have that Lilith energy of the 13 there. Let's just see what is falling away from your energy field to allow these next big things to come in. Excuse me. What is falling away from Jessa's energy field? I just heard stalkers and attackers. Okay. So best haters you can find are usually in your family tree. So there's energy again. This feels like it's definitely coming from your mom. Not on a conscious level. Again, this is very subconscious, very whatever attracted you into this family line to begin with is coming to a close, coming to an end. Something is coming to an end this Capricorn season, having to do with your mother's pull on your energy. We also have the Page of Wands. This feels like someone from your life. They don't really feel like they're an active participant in your day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month life right now, but someone from your past who was, I feel like they're same grade or same age as you, but slightly younger and a lot more immature. There's something with your energy that's been kind of running in a loop with this person. This is someone you went to high school with that is just slightly younger than you. And weirdly enough, you may have recently thought about this person when maybe you haven't thought about them in a very long time, but you're reclaiming that energy back. And this is not even anything you have to do, no cleanse, no ritual, no nothing. This is just being given back to you because whatever, manipulation or cycle or timeline was allowing this to continue on loop is over. You've elevated, you've risen above it, so it has no more access. I just heard access denied, like that robot voice from like the 90s movies, access denied. I just heard that. from this person to your energy. And it's not that this person had it out for you or whatever. There was some envy, some jealousy. But if anyone were to ask this person today, like what they think of Jessa, they'd be like, oh my gosh, she's awesome. Like this person has no ill will toward you. It's just a very, it just feels like that envy, that jealousy that, can happen when you're young that you don't understand or realize is coming from maybe entity attachments. Why you feel so jealous of this person or hung up about why this person has things so much better than you, or when you're a kid, you don't sit there and rationalize or itemize, why do I feel like this? You just feel the way you feel and you don't question it. But that is shifting because there is a move forward. This could literally be a move, a trip, a new job. I mean, so many potentials here between now and March. And I know Capricorn season ends well before March, which is, your solar return. But I'm seeing kind of this reading extending past to where opportunities are coming in. And I just heard good things also come in threes. So there may be three really good things coming in all at once. A new job, this other thing, and then this other thing. And I'm hearing don't spoil the surprise. So I won't. But something is definitely falling away. And this is actually massively to your benefit. This is not anything you have to let go of or grieve. This is just dead energy or just kind of old looping energy that's been keeping your energy kind of scattered or stuck in places it no longer can be because you've risen above it and you're reclaiming that energy. So it has to rise above and stop being utilized for these cycles and loops. So that's coming very well. Oh, I had that dream about Claude passing away this season. Yeah. We're not gonna read on someone's death, but let's just see, how he's doing right now. Ooh. It's almost like he's straddling two timelines. One where he is ready to go, and then the other one where I really still do see like ill health for him, no matter what timeline he is on. It's kind of on just this decline now. It's not like he's feeling bad and then he gets better, and then he's feeling bad and then he gets better. It's like he's just gonna feel worse and worse. And like, I mean, that's most, not all, but most elderly people's kind of last hurrah is just steady decline after a certain point. And most people's health spans and lifespans do not run in parallel. It's usually this very steep drop off of health span that goes way before the lifespan, if that makes sense. And I've seen that health span for him has been on the decline. So not saying it will or won't happen, but his health just definitely is not the best, as you are probably tuning in and having that dream for a reason. Get to like a Ray. Welcome. Oh, it's midnight. Oh, midnight year. Happy New Year. Oh, that's so cool. So it's 2026 where Get to Lucka is. It's so good to see you. I was so happy to receive that email from you the other day, letting me know that you were coming back to say hi over here on the live stream. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Yes, and she is donated in PayPal. Perfect. That's awesome. So let's get into, hopefully that resonated, Jessa. Yeah, there's some definite shifts in your energy where you're reclaiming. And again, this is not any ritual, any, meditation, shamanic journey. There's nothing you really have to do yourself that is calling this energy back. It's just your spirit's calling it back because it's time. Yeah, it is sad, It's like this person means so much to you and they're elderly, and a lot of times when people who are elderly get some sort of illness, they can bounce back, but maybe not to that peak where they were before the illness sometimes. Unless they're like diligently working on their health and not doing all the things that people get so set in their ways with their diet or poor habits or whatever that will kind of keep someone down once they're down. I have seen, not personally, but just, like online, I have seen people like in their early 80s that have all these health issues that they're like, no, I'm not going out like that. And then they start hitting the gym and lifting weights and completely change their diet. And then now they're like running and walking and doing all these things that, before they needed a walker or a cane. And it's it's not an easy thing, I can't imagine. It's hard enough in your 40s or 30s or 20s to be like, "Okay, gotta hit the gym, gotta eat right, gotta exercise, gotta do the things." But then when you've already, like, lived so much of your life one way and then to just have to switch it because of your health, that would be really hard. It's already hard just for, like, in my 40s. I'm like, "Oh, I need to make these changes. I gotta start, like, strength training and keep my muscle tone because that's after oh gosh, like after age 30, your muscles you start losing like percentages of muscle tone every year if you're not like keeping up with things. Yeah. Unless you're like working on a farm or like a logger or something, it's very like physically strenuous. You're gonna need to do something in your off time to keep those muscles strong. All right. So up next, we have Hey Hey, aka Marlene. And then I'm going to add Get to Like a Ray, our dear friend here at the live stream. So we have a full read. Let me head back over to camera view. And Katie is actually at work, so we're going to timestamp for her. Oops. If I can copy it correctly and paste it where I need to. There we go. There it is. Okay, current lineup. There we are. So Marlene, resonating deeply. Collective read was hitting hard too. Oh, I'm so here for that collective reading. Even if it's going to take me a few months into 2026 to like get some momentum, like I am here for it. It's been probably a good 3 years since I've really felt this upward trajectory with anything really in my life as far as like my personal goals or career stuff, you know? It's time. It's time, I would say. Okay. So go back, find maybe Marlene put her question in PayPal. No. Go ahead and post it, Marlene, whenever you're ready. I'm just so thirsty these days. That's one thing about being sick or ill. Like it just coming back from it, I'm always just so thirsty. Advice on how to let go of limiting beliefs. All right. Perfect. Specifically to you, Marlene, but I'm sure a lot of people listening could also benefit from this reading, but we're going to, of course, fine-tune this to Marlene. Ooh. Well, we already have some slippery energy here. So these are it's simple, but it's not easy ways of letting go on those limiting beliefs. Ooh. I'm hearing just think positive and stick to it. I mean, yes, obviously, yes. But that's what's so hard is, especially when we're not seeing results, we've tried to catch that, limiting belief in its tracks, but we're still experiencing, the lack that limiting belief is bringing into our lives. So it's basically just sticking the course and thinking positive. And it's not even that the negative thoughts themselves are going to limit you or hold you back. It's the subconscious belief of them. Yeah. And most of this, let me just tell everyone that's listening, that is not a you thing. That is a matrix programming, matrix construct that they have inserted into our DNA for us to just be on this like lack mentality, always looking out for that shiny thing. That's not true to our spirit, because our spirit can be content in a very mundane and boring situation or a very overstimulating, oversaturated, exciting situation. Our spirit can just rest easy in whatever's going on. It's this subconscious programming of lack that is really helping. That is one of the key components, is what I'm hearing, that is keeping this matrix running. Because if we were to just be content in whatever situation we were in, like our spirit would be, capitalism couldn't be a thing. Consumerism couldn't be a thing. We couldn't be governed or controlled or overpowered by any government or institution. So that was programmed very purposely into you, into me, into so many of everybody here on this planet that is running these programs. Some people are better to, easy override these programming, uh, that really was not English. Some people are having or finding an easier time of overcoming this programming and limiting beliefs than others. That's why some people, um, are doing so well and other people not doing so well. But weirdly enough, the more this may sound weird, the more disconnected a lot of these people are from their spirit, the more they can accumulate as far as wealth and security, stability, all of this. And those who are more not, and it's not just like, well, they have money, so they must not be connected to their spirit. I don't mean it like that. I mean, as far as the almost effortlessness of how it comes in, because when they focus on that rather than other things, they can bring it in. Um, and it is almost a reward. It's weird. It's showing me kind of like the feedback loop of the matrix. That is almost like the reward of the matrix is, oh, you be a good little puppet in our matrix and we'll throw you a bone from time to time. It's the people who connected to their spirit, know they have a spirit, know this isn't the end all be all of everything, that have the hard time, a lot of times with holding themselves back, or it's not even them holding themselves back, it's just the programming. But let's just get some advice for you specifically, Marlene, on how you can override that programming in the subconscious mind. Ooh. So it's very much heart-centered, heart-based. And this is also, I mean, this is a card obviously about connection. Um, because they tell us, in this dog eat dog world, you got to go it alone. You got to, every man for himself. And this really is about realizing on a deep subconscious level, true service level, deep down, wherever, we don't have to go it alone. And we're not alone because we have our spirit. A lot of us have, a spouse or children or parents or, someone we can lean on or that will support us, love us, care for us no matter what happens. And it's remembering or kind of counting the blessings that you already do have, especially the ones you can't put a dollar amount on, like your connection with your kids, your connection with your husband, your crossed over loved ones, your loved ones that are still in your life, friends, animals, pets, whatever the case may be. And really, it's almost like we're programming ourselves to see the richness, not in like that, well, I need that to put food on my table, but like just seeing the richness of counting the blessings. And I know, again, it's easier said than done because we can all feel gratitude from time to time, but it's almost like, well, that never tips the scales to release these limiting beliefs. And I would say the main takeaway is to just count up the richness of life that you can't put a dollar amount on, and do that, kind of consistently every day. And you will start to see these limiting beliefs lift, because when you realize I have air in my lungs, I have food in my belly, I have water, I have a roof over my head, I have these amazing kids and connections, you're starting to count up all the riches and wealth. And again, not financially speaking, but just frequency speaking, like that is everything to spirit. And as you count these things up, these limiting beliefs start to lose their grip, is what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. Because when we're constantly and in this economy, I get it, because it's very difficult when you see your bank balance is just going down, 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 and the price of everything is going up, 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 and you got this payment, this bill, that bill. Those are very real world fears or worries or stress, right? But it's about finding the time and place and space in your life to worry about those things or to figure out how you're going to deal with those things, but also take the time to feel that joy, feel the connection you have with those in your life. Slow and steady. And it's not going to be just this switch that flips. That's what I'm trying to say. It's going to take some time, and again, like a practice of gratitude is really what's coming through, and just seeing things from like a non-dollar amount, and the richness of life. Yeah. I want to be better for my kids to help them live a more fulfilled life. That's my main reason why I want to overcome my own fears and limiting beliefs. Amazing. Let's just see any other advice, wisdom, guidance. I think we've already gone over time. I forgot to set a timer, but we're going to do it. Woo! I love this. The hard work paying off, the riches, the wealth, it's coming through. So what you pay attention and spend your time, that's where you're investing your life force energy. So There may be one person who's investing a lot of time watching TikTok, and not that there's anything wrong with that, because we all do it, right? I mean, I don't have TikTok, but I see TikToks that people send me, or they get uploaded on Facebook or YouTube or wherever. Um, we can invest and spend our time, pay our attention into that from time to time as entertainment, sure. But if we're just making that our pure entertainment, really what this is coming down to is, are we living on the internet or in the real world? Because especially your kids, my kids, a lot of our kids out there right now, they're just growing up in the age of the internet, the age of AI, the age of social media. So it's about cultivating these really rich, again, not having to spend a dime, rich in love, rich in connection, types of scenarios. I mean, just sitting around playing a board game, or asking each other silly questions. You can really connect with your kids or family members, um, in just very simple ways. It doesn't even need to be expensive or a big vacation or anything like that. But this wealth will, it's very cool, because we think as parents, this is coming through very clear for you, Marlene, and any other mom or dad that's watching right now. But we think as parents that it's our sole job, not soul, like our soul, SOLE, like ours alone. It's our job to make sure our kids have a fulfilling, productive, beautiful life. It's part of our job. Part of our job. But whose sole job is it? Is their soul's job. Spirit. It's their spirit's job and their human aspect to come together and figure things out for themselves. Because I'm sure each and every one of us in here right now that have a parent can point out, at least on one hand, two hands, five hands, the amount of ways our parents dropped the ball with us that we promised we would never do with our kids. So we've already, most of us, I would assume if you're here, you're one of them, have already tried harder or given our kids something that we're more self-aware than our parents were, that we think our kids need. And then our kids can be even more self-aware than us, and realize that I don't want to pass this trait on to my kids, so I'm going to do better. So just you wanting to do better, Marlene, you're already doing better than those out there that don't even think about doing better. I know that's not really advice, but like, it's advice, I guess. So it's not, you can kind of let some of the pressure valve off to know that it's your each individual child's spirit's job to come in and make things happen. You can be a great co-regulator, co-facilitator, helper, co-pilot, whatever, for any of the needs or support that your kids need, or want you around for, but you don't have to be the SOLE, sole provider of all their fulfillment, all their satisfaction, having this really justified, amazing life. You can definitely facilitate it, but it's not just your job. But the things that you are doing, you're doing a great job. So keep doing. And then if you, at any point you become very self-aware that, ooh, maybe I yell too much, or maybe I don't follow up as much as this daughter needs, or this daughter needs, or I maybe need to pull back a little bit with this one. Like, once you kind of intuitively feel into and navigate, you're going to know what to do, when to stop doing certain things, and just listen to that inner voice, because you're a great example to all of your kids. So, there's no such thing as a perfect parent, but we're all doing the very best we can in each moment that we have. And sometimes we realize I've kind of been dropping the ball, so I'm going to do better now. We've all been there. And this is the thing, I can guarantee you, my dad, who's not the greatest, probably never sat down and worried about him being a better dad or a great dad, or am I being a good dad? I don't think that ever even crossed his mind. I don't even think he wanted to be a dad. But the fact that it's even crossing your mind or anyone else's mind that's listening, man, I want to be a good parent. I hope I'm being a good enough parent. You're already 20, 30, 40 steps ahead of all these parents who are just out there getting by, so to speak. So pat yourself on the back, Marlene. You're already well on your way to raising 3 amazing humans. So just keep it up. I hope that helped. Excuse me. Yeah, to try to get to the very crux of how, to let go of limiting beliefs is probably pretty difficult in a 1-card pull. So I hope I at least gave you something that you could hold on to for it, you know? Excuse me. The throat clearing never ends over here. All right. So now we are up to Canary's question. Oh, beautiful message. I'm glad. Yeah, it might be one that you want to watch back. We did get quite a bit of info come through, but it's weird because sometimes when I'm doing those readings, like I'm learning things as you guys are learning things. So I'm like, oh, what did we just uncover? I don't even remember. It's so funny. Okay. So Canary, you are up. Excuse me. Take a quick drink. Okay. So, Canary, what can Canary look forward to in the new year and a new year message? All right. So, one card pull that's never one card. I will try to keep on topic here in a timely fashion, but we're going to go back to the Golden Tarot. For Canary, New Year's message for Canary in alignment with the true spirit. What does she need to know about the new year? Advice, wisdom, guidance, just anything that needs to come through. Ooh. Okay, there's something you're working hard on, and this is not just well, I guess I have to work even harder this year. This is something someone's very invested in, very much like the hours are just flying by because you're so immersed in this thing. And this doesn't even just feel like your regular old job. This feels like something that you're doing on the side, or so maybe potentially some sort of business that, if it's not in existence yet, that you want to really work toward. I mean, technically, it could even be a hobby, but I'm really seeing with the amount of focus, dedication, inspiration, motivation that you have for this thing, that it would be pretty easy at some point to monetize. All right, anything for Canary? What does she need to know about the new year? Okay. And this may even be, all that being said, it also could have to do with you just ready for a career shift, career change. Especially if you just feel like you're underpaid or overworked, underpaid, underappreciated, any of that. You're working harder, but this is working smarter, not harder. You're working towards something that is actually going to enhance your financial abundance in the future. Um, whether that is at your, regular job or getting a different job or whatever the case may be, because there is some limiting or lack mentality stuff that's coming up. Let's get a clarifier on this just to see. It may even be the fact that, cost of living is just getting to be too much. Ooh, lots of pentacles though. So finances may be a pretty big focus for you this year. We just got the 6 of Pentacles. So it's like whatever you put out, you will get in return. And not just, okay, I paid the $600 bill over here and now I'm getting a $600 check in the mail. I'm seeing it more energetically speaking. So, and for you also, it could be that this thing you're working so hard on, all the energy, the blood, sweat, the tears, the effort that you're putting into this thing, if it doesn't pay off right away, eventually it will. You will reap the reward or the time that you've put into that eventually. And we just got a donation that came in from Michelle. Welcome, Michelle. We'll get to you very soon here. All right. Anything else Canary needs to know about the new year? Advice, wisdom, guidance, blessings. What does she need to know? Ooh. So there may be something going on in your love life, something that's shifting. It doesn't mean if you are with someone that you have to break up, but there's definitely a cycle or a way that you operate within the connection that is shifting or changing. Or if you are single, this is about, weirdly, I don't feel that you're single. But, if you are, this is just about shifting some beliefs or ways of operating from past relationships that you've learned a lesson, you've grown so much to where that when you do call in that next soulmate, it's going to feel much better. But I'm also getting that there's a job. Oh, you are single. Well, weird, because it very much feels like someone is filling that position this year. So you're not going to be single for long. And what I'm hearing is history will not repeat itself with someone from your past that were maybe very traumatized from that connection and just ready to just never have a connection like that again. This next connection won't be anything like that. But I also see this as a very clear, big life-changing decision you're making. Could be with your career, could be with some sort of move, but energetically or frequency wise, you're moving. It could be jumping timelines, it could be um, more figurative than literal, but also could be literal. I'm hearing sky's the limit, and don't count anything out, or don't think that good thing can't happen because it hasn't yet. Because there's a lot of financial redirection going on. And again, with the love life, let's just pull one more card. I know our timer went off, but like, I'm just curious. Ooh, stepping into that divine feminine energy. And that will help once you're really embodying that divine feminine energy to attract someone into your life that's going to really represent that divine masculine. It's going to be like a protector, a provider, someone who, they're like, not their sole mission in life, but like a big mission for them is to treat their woman with like love and respect and care. And this is a good guy, good person, a really good person. Yeah. So things, you just stepping into that more feminine energy and being more in that receptive mode. But there is a big part of you that is embodying that masculine energy in your own field to really like hunker down and work on something that's going to bring you abundance as well. So some love life changes perhaps in 2026. Very cool. Yeah, it's like I'm not sensing that you're going to be single for long. If you are single, it just doesn't feel like it's going to be that long. All right. So I hope that resonated for you. Feels like some really good stuff. You're ready to move forward and have some really cool things happen. Some goals, some hobbies, all the good things. All right, get to Lekka. Let's get into your reading. So how will 2026 be for my life, career, finances? What lessons will it bring? Okay. And let's go into our timer. All right. Let's read this again and we'll set our timer. So how will 2026 be for Get to Lekka for life, career, and finances? And what lessons will it bring? So how will life be and career and finances in 2026? I know, it's so good to have you here. I hope you've been doing well. All right. Okay, so it does look like there's some defensive energy here. Let's see what this is. Defensive. Ooh, 2 7s. Okay, so this is this is what this defensiveness was. I was kind of sensing this, but it's very solid now. So there may be this call to where you're having to be involved more in things. Excuse me. And it's almost like this year, I don't know if you're going to be in a personal year 7 this year, but it's really giving this very introspective, kind of slower, go with the flow kind of energy. That's what you're more wanting to experience, but it does look like, at least the first, I would say up until about July, things may be busy, a bit chaotic at work. Nothing you can't handle, but it just feels like it's a bit much to where by the time that like July rolls around, you're ready for some peace and some like just to step out of the rat race and just to have a bit of a vacation or some peaceful time without all the busyness. Yeah, because it really does feel like things are just busy. Like at work, specifically with career, things are busy. And again, busy is good. Busy is good. It's way better than being bored, twiddling your thumbs, just waiting for something to come in at work. That's to me is way worse than not being busy if it's me. But things will be busy. So that's good because that means, income is steady. Things are good in that regard. Let's just see in life, just kind of personal life for Get to Lekka. Okay. All right. So we have you looking very well, like you're overcoming some temptations, some old habits. Your hard work is really paying off. This could be some sort of lifestyle shift that I'm already feeling like you've already kind of, if you haven't already taken steps on this lifestyle shift, this is something you're going to be really putting a lot of focus into in the new year, is just to feel really good in your body, fueling your body correctly, moving your body right. So you're feeling really good. But there's definitely a new beginning. There may even be another financial opportunity. This could be something you're doing kind of from home, potentially, like a side business, or Um, Maybe even like you're selling some things from around the home to just bring in a little bit of extra income. I'm also seeing a potential new hobby or something that you're finding to spend that you're really having a good time spending your time doing when you're not at work, something to help you de-stress and unwind when you're, just in your personal time. So let's just see what lessons. Yeah, financially, again, things look steady, things look great. But let's just see. We'll put some of these back, all these back, and we'll see what life lessons this next year will bring for Gitaleka. What life lessons will this year bring? Okay, so there may be, interestingly enough, I actually see this as a good thing. There's just some confusion about, do I want to continue to live my life this way, or would I rather have a bit more peace and a bit more just slowness? Because again, especially with career being just so busy this year, um, you are realizing that maybe I don't want to live my whole life with everything just being so busy all the time, and just finding ways, if you can't, not that you want to quit that job. It feels like a great, stable job, not anything you want to walk away from. Um, but it just feels like finding something that's besides that job that just creates that kind of peace and creativity and stability, that'll kind of help slow things down, especially when you want to really focus on your spiritual path or just personal development in some way. Sometimes when we have to just rush everywhere else, we just almost feel like I don't even have time or any motivation to do anything for my personal self. But you're going to make the time and you're going to make these commitments to yourself. If this isn't love, like love life stuff, then this is just your love for life, your love for yourself, self-love, self-care, your spiritual practice. You're really making sure that you prioritize this, especially to help balance out the busyness that may be going on in your career this year. But yeah, finances look about the same as 2025, if not a little better. No real red flags sticking out as far as you enjoy creating content in your YouTube channel when you get time. That's so cool. Very cool. Yeah, if you want to share your YouTube channel, feel free to let us know where it is and we can go check it out. Unless you want to keep it private, that's totally fine too. But yeah, it's like you're taking charge or command of what it is you want your life to look like, how you want, your inside to be reflected on the outside. And I really do see your spiritual path being such a big part of 2026 for you. Oh, it's this account, Gitaleka. Oh, very cool. We'll have to check that out. All right. Anything else before we close out? Let's go to the tea leaves. Those are always fun. Anything else for Gitaleka for 2026? Lessons, potential life lessons this year. Ooh, we have a lot going on here. Okay, so we have archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. We have a key, successful outcome to a problem. And then we also just have the straight up success card. So there may be some success with your hobby, with your YouTube channel, or even just career in general, very successful. Plenty of material things. Again, finances are looking great. Happiness. And then we have peacock. Beware of great pride. And again, this is not your pride. This may be someone prideful around you at the workplace. That's just, it feels like a younger man. They're just trying to prove themselves. And when here in the US, when someone's kind of like boastful or very much in their ego, will say they're peacocking. So just spreading out all their beautiful feathers, trying to say, look at me, look at me, look at me. So there may be someone you're dealing with at work that's kind of acting like that, but there's really no course of action for you to take. You can just let him do his peacocking and people will know who he is. His energy will precede him. And then we have dog. So protection from a powerful friend or just, good loving connection with a friend. This could even be someone at work that has your back, that's someone kind of higher above you, like in the hierarchy, that feels like a friend to you, or they're very friendly to you and they have your back. If there's any kind of raise or promotion that needs to be, this person will definitely be singing your praises and just saying, yeah, she deserves some really good stuff. All right, very cool. Yeah, it looks like a pretty good year. And that's especially here in the US and I'm sure worldwide. A lot of people are like, well, what if AI is going to replace my job? Well, for you, Gitaleka, you can keep your job through 2026 at least. It looks very good. So, not to make light of it, but a lot of people are worried about losing jobs because of AI and other reasons. And I don't know exactly what line of work you're in, but oh, you're at a new workplace and it seems friendlier. Oh, that's good. Yeah, so you might just have there's a younger guy at the job that feels like it's almost like he's trying to impress you and impress others. And so he's like, yeah, I did that. I did that. I did that. And you can kind of just like, cool, good job. And just kind of like it doesn't need to become a thing. But you might notice that with someone who, if they're not younger than you, they just kind of act immature for their age if it is an older guy. But yeah, and it's nothing to worry about. It's just something that you can kind of be like, oh, I remember when Amanda was talking about that. There he is. He's boasting about himself again. Too many layoffs happening. Yeah. I really feel your job is very secure and yeah, which is good. That's about all a person can hope for in this next coming year because so many people are worried about work stuff. Okay. So up next, oops. Cancel my timer there. It already went off once and I accidentally made it repeat rather than end. So, okay, up next we have Michelle. Go ahead and post your question, Michelle. Oh, wait, no, you already did post your question. So, is there potential for dating anyone in 2026? Will I have better luck with my gym crush next year, or he he is someone I shouldn't focus on anymore? Okay, let's just see potential for dating in 2026, and then we'll go from there. All right, for Michelle. What does Michelle? You're so welcome, Gitaleka. It was so good to have you back. I should set a timer so I can try to stay on task for Michelle. Yes, Michelle and potential for dating in 2026. What does Michelle need to know? Whew. Well, something fell into my lap and then it was slippery. So let's grab that. Let me go back to my camera view. Okay. Ooh. So there may be someone that catches your eye. It does feel like whatever this connection is, it kind of fizzles out pretty quickly. It's not that this person's a walking red flag or anything, but you're just kind of seeing some things early on with this person that you're kind of like, yeah, I'd just rather not. I'd rather just not. And you're able to kind of weed them out pretty quickly. I do see potential for the first part of the year is more of an introspective, working on yourself, kind of dating yourself to really set the stage for that next relationship. And this person may actually come in during kind of this hermit phase for you. And you're just realizing this person's way too immature. There's like no commitment really from this person or anything like that to where you can kind of, maybe you're going out with them a few times just to have some fun or whatever, but there's no real longevity with that person. But later in the year, I am sensing there's potential for somebody that is more for commitment. What's going on here? Ooh, some long-term stability, perhaps. And this really, weirdly enough, I'm sensing somewhere around your birthday, there's like kind of love in the air. So if you're not already with this person by your birthday, it may be sometime around your birthday that this person is catching your eye. But this does feel like someone, weirdly enough, this is giving gym energy. Because, where does someone go to really focus and work hard on something? The gym, obviously. But this is something you're very committed to as well. So there may be some sort of new weightlifting regime or protocol or something, strength training of some kind that you're really feeling passionate about this year. That is going to really put you in the zone. You're just feeling like, I don't know, endorphins are going and you're just feeling really good about things. Whether you're with someone or not at this point, you're just feeling really good about who Michelle is, what Michelle's got going on. Weirdly enough, all right, as I said that, there may be some potential for something with work stuff that's going to be shifting as well. And it's weird because for years now, it feels like your love life, the career stuff, it feels very much like once one domino falls, the next one will. And it's almost like, kind of like the energy that we've been getting with Jessa's reading, like start, stop, with, okay, the job is like, it's right there. Like I can read on it. I can feel it. I can sense it in her field, but it's almost like the magnets are repelling rather than attracting. Why? Let's just see why. Why is this for Michelle's energy field? Like, what's going on that it's almost like that next relationship, that next job, that whatever is just right there, but never within reach yet. So let's just see what this is. Ooh, so there may be some energetic reasons behind this. So this one thing you can do that I'm sure you've heard me talk about a million times is just like cutting cords from past relationships, past jobs, past even just past versions of yourself or unrequited love, unrequited whatever to reclaim that energy because this is something that we tuned into if you missed our collective reading. So many of our energies, and Jessa's reading specifically earlier, we were talking about this. Her energy has just been kind of looping with her mom and then this other friend of hers. Um, and it's not that these people are bad and trying to siphon energy. It's just we all get caught in these different matrix loops from time to time, and just clearing that energy can help. And then as work on your own self development and your own personal care, self-care, self-love, all these things you're working on, you're only elevating your status, your frequency, your vibration to where a lot of those lower level loops that our energy can get caught in, even if we haven't thought about people we've been in these relationships or connections with in years, we can still have like a version of us or a part of us or part of our energy field that's still kind of looping in that old yucky soupy energy. So this really is about you just calling that energy back. And again, like I was telling Jessa, it's not even any kind of ritual or anything you have to do consciously on your part to bring this energy back to good, back to you. Your spirit is doing this work, especially as these timelines are collapsing and shifting, and we're having access to these higher timelines, and the false matrix is collapsing in and on itself. This energy is just coming back to you. Your spirit is reclaiming that energy back to you just as a default. But if you want to speed things along, you can always cut cords, call that energy back. And I do see your intuition being really on point this year as well. Make sure I'm going to get all your readings, all your questions here. So will I have better luck with my gym crush next year? Or is he someone I shouldn't focus on anymore? Okay, let's just see. Better luck with gym crush for Michelle in 2026. Well, there's energy here. So I would say, if you are able to strike up a conversation with him, he's very dedicated to the things he's dedicated to. So this could be like his working out, something going on with his career. He's very dedicated where he's dedicated. And he likes to be the one to lead. Doesn't mean you can't go up to him and, introduce yourself or say hi or strike up that conversation. It doesn't mean you can't do it in that way. But as far as asking someone out, he always feels kind of awkward getting asked out or being the one that gets asked out. He'd rather do the asking out. But for you to maybe potentially give him some signs that you're into him, or that, hey, if you did come my way, I wouldn't say no, could help. Let's get a quick drink. I just feel like coughing. My throat is just... Ugh. Anything else Michelle needs to know about Gym Crush? Okay. Well, he's definitely noticed you too. And I think we've tuned into this before. His love life, just, if I remember correctly, he was potentially involved with someone at the time. If he is still involved with somebody, it feels kind of blah, neutral, nothing real great going on there. Trying to give him the green light. I just haven't seen him in a while. Let's just see where he's at. Yeah, there's something he's very busy with. Okay, so there may be some sort of financial and potentially like extended family thing. I'm seeing a grandfather on his dad's side of the family that may have some poor health going on. He may even be stepping up to help take care or do something. There's some energy from him going to a grandfather on the father's side, because I don't know that the grandfather has a long time to live, or, he's just in poor health right now. So a lot of his effort, attention is going in that direction. Again, doesn't mean love isn't on the cards for him, because I see after March, there's a shift in that energy. Let's just see for Michelle's gym crush, if it's worth putting any energy in that direction, if he comes around. Yeah, if he comes around, you might as well just say, hey, green light over here. Yeah, because things are gonna shift, so you may actually even see him a lot more after March. So it may be that he's not really going as much right now because he's very dedicated with something with this grandfather. Um, but once he's back, he's back. Like, it feels like he'll be not obsessive about the gym, but just it's a very important component. March in love for us or him with someone else. Let's just see. Make sure. Well, it could be something with you, but again, weirdly enough, it feels like there's something going on closer to your birthday as far as love life. Definitely after July, and then things are picking up after, like, around your birthday. So if this is his energy, it may just be more flirty but kind of reserved. Let's just see if he's still in this relationship that he may have been in the past. Because I'm sensing, again, there could, yeah, it's like it's over, but they haven't pulled the plug on it yet. It's kind of the energy going on here. So they both, him and the girl he's with, both know it's over. I don't see that they live together or anything. So they're kind of just living their own lives, really, and then coming together from time to time. But they both kind of realize it's not really going anywhere. Yeah. So that's not going to last long. And again, I'm getting March vibes here. So it may be that March is, well, potentially leading up to March, they break up, and then after March, he's, maybe like flirty, but not like ready for a commitment because he just got out of one. But then by July through October, it feels much more open energetically. He feels much more open to, yeah. But in the meantime, it's like he's just kind of, and weirdly enough, we got this for your energy the first half of the year as well. So it's almost like you guys are mirroring each other in a way. And then with Fools on the back of the deck, taking a leap of faith in a new direction that last half of the year for him. So after July, I would say he's much more premeditated about a relationship. And before July, he's ending a relationship, just kind of rediscovering himself, all the fun things that go along with a breakup. But weirdly enough, the breakup isn't like a devastating thing to him. It's more, yeah, I knew that was coming. Like, now it's time to figure out, who am I not in this relationship? What do I want for a future relationship? So he's kind of doing a bit of soul searching in that regard. Do you think he thinks of me, or he's just too busy? I do see you crossing his mind, because when we were tuning into that exact fact earlier, we got the Justice card. So it's pretty, about as much as you think of him, he thinks of you. So you definitely do cross his mind. But let's just see. Yeah, I could totally get it. Yeah, it's just, again, about the patience, because he's, going through the life bumps and bruises a little bit here. Stuff with his grandfather, stuff with this connection ending, rediscovering who he is. And then by July through October, there's definitely way more interest as far as a potential love connection goes for him with you. But him thinking of you, look at that. Yes. So you've definitely caught his eye. And, if you, like, when he does go to the gym, he's like, where's Michelle? Like, he's looking to see if you're there. And weirdly enough, it's not that he's stopped going to the gym. It's just maybe he's kind of inconsistent with it. He does still go. And when he goes, he does kind of, I wonder if she's here, but it's not like this obsessive, over the top, I need to get her number. Like, he's not there yet, as far as like, I really like this girl and I want to see where things go. But when he does get to see you, it's a bright spot in his day for sure. And again, being in this connection that he's in, he's had to be more reserved because, he doesn't want to be a cheater or anything like that. So it's very important to him to be, when he's with someone, to be with that person and not, be cheating. Like, that's important to him. Commitment is important. And it's really that commitment that he has toward the girlfriend. The love's just kind of, I mean, it's not like there's anything that, like, I hate you. No, I hate you. Like, it just kind of, like, the spark just kind of fizzled out. So it's almost like they're better off as friends than together. And they both kind of realize that eventually. So, yeah, thank you. I'm trying to make time. Oh, trying to make space for him, and in time, hope it can work out. That would be so cool, wouldn't it? Fun love story. We met at the gym. It just sounds fun. Well, I'm wishing you the best, Michelle. But there definitely may be someone kind of on the more immature side coming in for you that you're just kind of like, yeah, just not interested. Like very early on in the connection, there may be an initial spark, but very early on, you're like, nah, how about no? So, yeah. I've been unfollowing my past loves to try to just focus on new things. Aw, yeah. And sometimes that's just almost like this feeling like a needed step in the right direction, just moving forward. So, yeah, there you go. Oh, you're so welcome, Michelle. It's always a pleasure to read for you, my dear. And I'm wishing you all the very best 2026. I think we have reached the end of our donation list, and I have some things I need to do before. I need to make a couple candles for my future sister-in-law. She will be marrying my brother-in-law in July or August. I can't remember what wedding date they had. Sometime this summer of 2026. So I need to make some candles for her birthday. They're already made. I just need to decorate the tops of them for her birthday. So I think I'm gonna go do that so that that's done and finished and ready. And hopefully my hair will be fully dry here in the next hour or two. Um, when we go meet for dinner. So, all right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm glad I finally got to come live with you. I missed you guys so much. Like, you don't realize that you miss 2 days of the 2 days that you're live streaming that week. That it's going to be yet another week basically before you get to see people again. So, yeah, it's been like I think 11 days since my last live stream until today. And that just feels like way too long to me. Way too long. I would much rather be able to meet or twice a week and not have all these interruptions or illnesses or whatever's that have been going on, that we can just meet and have fun together and hang out and vibe, all the fun things. So I will definitely be seeing you next year. Hopefully more than I saw you this year because of the end of the year. It was kind of illness, Halloween parade, this, that, and whatever else going on with the kids stuff. So, but yes, my intention is to be here twice a week. And I even wondered about doing like an every other Sunday or just maybe one Sunday a month, do like a little live stream, like a $7 Sunday or something where we just do um more rapid fire readings for like way cheaper than normal or something, just to do something new and fun and different, maybe once a month or so. But I don't know. I don't know if you guys think that'd be fun or not. But yeah, I definitely miss you guys. It's funny because that leap from Friday all the way to Wednesday feels like I haven't seen you guys forever. But when it's Wednesday to Friday, I'm like, yeah, we were just here, but like this feels great. So I don't know. Maybe if we bring on a Sunday or a Monday, I don't know. Maybe. No solid plans there, but I think it'd be fun. All right, you guys. Well, yeah, the rapid fires were fun. Why not? Why not try it out? And of course, it'd be priced accordingly. So yeah. All right, you guys. Well, thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Fingers crossed, hopefully next Wednesday we should be good to go. I think it's like the 8th or 9th of January by then, I believe. Let me look. Yeah, oh my gosh, the 7th. Wow, time is flying. No. I lied. I will be back here on the 2nd, which is on Friday. My kids will be here. Tomorrow I will be at my in-laws, but Friday I should be here. So yeah, let's meet up Friday on the 2nd day of the year. And then we'll also meet on Friday the 7th. How does that sound? And I think we're due for, well, I guess it would be due for a donation only live stream Friday. And then Wednesday we could dive into our Cosmic Question Corner, which I've been wanting to do for a while now. Probably at least 3 weeks I've wanted to do a Cosmic Question Corner. So all right, I've said my goodbyes. I better get going and get my candles made so I can get going. But I love you guys, and I will see you Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Yes, be there, and we'll have some fun. All right, you guys. Bye.